Hello students, myself Dr. Girish Gun, Assistant Professor, Department of Physics, Mahatma Phule Arts Science Commerce College, Panvel. Today we are going to discuss the elements of symmetry. So, elements of symmetry is nothing but the element indicating a set of symmetry operation. It is nothing but the set of symmetry operations like a rotation, then the mirror plane or symmetry points. So symmetry operation is an action. Symmetry operation is nothing but the one kind of action, or that is the operation which leaves or that intend the object to in an identical or indistinguishable state or indistinguishable phase. What it means, if we perform the symmetry operation, the object will lose to the identical situation or symmetric situation or the same environment of a system. So symmetry operation is an action that leaves an object in a indistinguishable state or phase. So there are different types of elements of symmetry are there. The first one is the center of symmetry, which is related with a single point. Then plane of symmetry. So plane of symmetry is related with the plane. Then axis of symmetry. Axis. So axis of symmetry is related with the line. So there are three types of elements of symmetry are there. One is the center of symmetry. So center is related with the point. So single point is there with the center of symmetry. Then plane of symmetry. As plane, it is a related with the plane. Axis of symmetry, as it is axis, so it is related with the line. So there are three types of elements of symmetry. So firstly we will discuss the center of symmetry. So center of symmetry, of course it is a point, it is the imaginary point, such that any line passing through this point, okay, passing through this point meets the surfaces of the crystal. It meets the surfaces of the crystal at equal distances in both direction. Okay, so what it means, so over here you can see, so this is the center of symmetry, so that is a point. Okay, this is the cubic crystal structure system. So in a cubic crystal structure system, this point is a body centered point, and this point is nothing but the center of symmetry of this cubic crystal structure system. So if we pass the line from this point, it will meet, like if we pass the line from this point, it will meet the surface. Let us consider these are the point. So it will meet the surface at equal distances in both directions. So if this is the x distance, this will be also x distance, or if it is a 1 meter, it will be also 1 meter. So that it means, so center of symmetry is a point in a cubic crystal structure system, that any line passing through this point, it meets the surfaces of the crystal at equal distances in a both direction, and such a point is known as a center of symmetry or center of inverse. So as center of inverse, so that's why it is represented as a symbol I. After this, the plane of symmetry is there. Of course plane of symmetry is related with the plane. So it is the imaginary plane that bisects or cuts the crystal into two equal parts or halves, such that one is the mirror image of the another, such that the one is the mirror image of the another. So over here different types of a plane of symmetry has been shown, like a rectangular plane of symmetry is a one type, and diagonal planes of symmetry is the another type. So in the rectangular planes of symmetry, the cube is cutted into rectangular shapes, that's why it is a rectangular planes, and over here the lines are drawn diagonally, the planes are placed diagonally in the cubic crystal structure system, so that's why it is called as the diagonal planes of symmetry. So over here we can see, for the plane of symmetry, three rectangular planes of symmetries are there, and the 9 diagonal planes of symmetry are there for the cubic crystal structure system. So totally 9 plane of symmetry are there for the cubic crystal structure system. Now we will see the over here. You can understand in a more easy way how the rectangular planes of symmetries are there and how the diagonal planes of symmetries are there. So by comparing these two images, you will understand what is exactly mean by the plane of symmetry and what is exactly mean by the diagonal planes of symmetry. So in the crystal structure system or for the certain geometrical shape, if we cut that geometrical shape such that the one part is the mirror image of the other, one part is the mirror image of the other, such a plane. So this plane is called as a plane of symmetry. So these planes is called as a plane of symmetry. Okay, so these are the 9 type of plane of symmetry are there. Now we will discuss the axis of symmetry. Axis of symmetry, of course, it is a line or imaginary line you can say, which brings the crystal to congruent position, identical position for every rotation of 360 degree divided by n. What it means? It means that if we rotate the crystal, okay, if we rotate the crystal will come to identical situation for every rotation of, like for the crystal we can rotate completely by 360 degree, right? Okay, and in the 360 degree rotation, we know if it is a simple cubic crystal structure, and if we consider it as a cube, if I am going to rotate it in a simple way, it will rotate or it will come to the identical situation after rotation of 90 degree. So how rotation that 90 degree comes? Actually we can rotate, if we rotate the crystal in a total 360 degree 4 times, it will come to the congruent position or identical situation. So this 360 divided by 4 is nothing but the 90 degree. Okay, so the similar way 360 divided by n, so that rotation will bring the crystal to the identical situation or identical position or congruent position. So that line around which the crystal is going to rotate is called as the axis of symmetry. Okay, and this n decides the degree of freedom. N decides the degree of freedom, or it is also called as a fold of axis. So degree of freedom or the fold of axis is nothing but the number, and that number denotes how many times crystal can come into the congruent position in a complete rotation of a 360 degree. So that is nothing but the degree of freedom or the fold of the axis. A cube having the 3 tetrad axes. Tetrad stand for 4 axes. So tetrad is stand for the actually fold of axis or the degree of freedom. Okay, so the 3 tetrad axes, 4 triad axes, and 6 dyad axes. We will discuss it. So over here different types of axes has shown. So if suppose the axis is passing through the center of the face of the cube, it is if we pass the line through the center of the opposite faces of the cube, and if we rotate the crystal, every 90 degree of rotation crystal comes into the identical position. Okay, so basically 4 times we can brings the crystal to the identical position. So that 4 stand for fold of axis or degree of freedom. So that's why this axis is called as a tetrad axis. What is meant by tetrad? It is stand for 4, and this 4 belongs to 4 times this cube can come to the congruent position. Okay, so that's why this line is called as a tetrad axis, and this line is going to pass through the center of the opposite faces of the cube. And we know 6 faces are there for the cube, so 3 lines can be possible with the 3 faces, right? So that's why 3 tetrad axes are there. That's why 3 tetrad axes are there. Now the triad axis. So if the line we passes through the opposite corners, if we pass the lines through the opposite corners, so and if we rotate the crystal about this line, if we rotate the crystal about this line, this line will bring the crystal to the identical situation or congruent position after rotation of 120 degree. So basically if we divide the 360 by 120 degree, it will get the 3. So you can understand 3 times this crystal can come into the congruent position or identical position. So that's why this line is called as a triad axis. Triad stand for the 3 times. So 3 times this crystal can come to the congruent position if we rotate the crystal around this triad axis. And as we know, the 8 corners are there. As we know, the 8 corners are there. So with the 8 corners, how many lines can be possible? Of course, 4 lines are possible. So 4 triad axes are there. Now coming to the last type of axis of symmetry, if we pass the lines through the center of opposite edges of the cube, we will get the one line. And if we rotate the crystal around this line or this axis, every 180 degree rotation the crystal comes to the congruent position. So 2 times we can or the 2 times crystal can come to the congruent position or identical position. So this 2 times, so as the 2 times crystal can come to the congruent position above this line, if we rotate the crystal about this line, it can comes to the congruent position 2 times in a one complete rotation of a 360 degree. So that's why this axis is called as a diad axis. And how many edges are there for the certain cube? Of course, the total 12 edges are there. So the 6 lines through the 12 opposite edges we can draw, and that's why the 6 diad axes are possible. So finally, over here the summary of the all symmetry elements has been shown. So center of symmetry is a 1, the rectangular plane of symmetry is a 3, diagonal planes of symmetry are a 9, tetrad axes are a 3, triad axes are a 4, and diad axes are 6. So in total 23 symmetry elements are there in a cubic crystal structure system. Okay, so this is about the symmetry elements in a cubic crystal structure system. Thank you for watching this video.